सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। ओम जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो अमृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षि सूतमहामुनिय शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादि भक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो मत्स्यादि नमः। श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती स्वरूपिणी श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओम माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिरित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ एकोनविंशोऽध्यायः। उद्धव उवाच। चैंट फ्रॉम उद्धव उवाच। ज्ञानं विशुद्धं विपुलं यथैतद् वैराग्यविज्ञानयुतं पुराणम् आख्याहि विश्वेश्वर विश्वमूर्ते त्वद्भक्तियोगं च महत् विमृग्यं तावत्त्रयेणाभिहतस्य घोरे सन्तप्यमानस्य भवाध्वनीश पश्यामि नान्यत् शरणं तवाङ्घ्रि द्वन्द्वातपत्राद् अमृताभिवर्षात् दृष्टं जनं सम्पतितं विलेऽस्मिन् कालाहिना क्षुद्रसुखोरुतर्षं समुद्धरैनं कृपयापवर्ग्यैः वचोभिरासिञ्च महानुभाव। श्रीभगवानुवाच। इत्थमेतत्पुरा राजा भीष्मं धर्मभृतां वरम् अजातशत्रुः पप्रच्छ सर्वेषां नोऽनुशृण्वतां निवृत्ते भारते युद्धे सुहृन्निधनविह्वलः श्रुत्वा धर्मान् बहून् पश्चात् मोक्षधर्मान् अपृच्छता तान् हन्तेऽभिधास्यामि देवव्रतमुखात् श्रुतान् ज्ञानवैराग्यविज्ञान श्रद्धा भक्त्युपबृंहितान् न वैकादशपञ्चत्रीन् भावान् भूतेषु येन वै ईक्षेताथैकमप्येषु तज्ज्ञानं मम निश्चितम् एतदेव हि विज्ञानं न तथैकेन येन यत् स्थित्युत्पत्त्यप्ययान् पश्येत् भावानां त्रिगुणात्मनाम् आदावन्ते च मध्ये च सृज्यात् सृज्यं यदन्वियात् पुनस्तत्प्रतिसङ्क्रामे यच्चिष्येत तदेव ततो। श्रुतिः प्रत्यक्षमैतिह्यम् अनुमानं चतुष्टयम् प्रमाणेषु अनवस्थानात् विकल्पात् न विरज्यते स विरज्यते कर्मणां परिणामित्वात् आविरिञ्चादमङ्गलम् विपश्चित् नश्वरं पश्येत् अदृष्टमपि दृष्टवत् भक्तियोगः पुरैवोक्तः प्रियमाणाय तेन घ पुनश्च कथयिष्यामि मद्भक्तेः कारणं परम् श्रद्धामृतकथायां मे शश्वन्मदनुकीर्तनम् परिनिष्ठा च पूजायां स्तुतिभिः स्तवनं मम आदरः परिचर्यायां सर्वाङ्गैरभिवन्दनं मद्भक्तपूजाभ्यधिका सर्वभूतेषु मन्मतिः मदर्थेष्वङ्गचेष्टा च वससा मद्गुणेर्णम मयि अर्पणं च मनसः सर्वकामविवर्जनम् मदर्थेऽर्थपरित्यागः भोगस्य च सुखस्य च इष्टं दत्तं हुतं जप्तं मदर्थं यद्व्रतं तपः एवं धर्मैर्मनुष्याणाम् उद्धवात्मनिवेदिनाम् मयि सञ्जायते भक्तिः कोऽन्योऽर्थोऽस्यावशिष्यते यदात्मन्यर्पितं चित्तं शान्तं सत्त्वोपबृंहितं धर्मं ज्ञानं सवैराग्यम् ऐश्वर्यं चाभिपद्यते यदर्पितं तद्विकल्पे इन्द्रियैः परिधावति रजस्वलं चासन्निष्ठं चित्तं विद्धि विपर्ययम् धर्मो मद्भक्तिकृत् प्रोक्तः ज्ञानं चैकात्म्यदर्शनम् गुणेश्वसङ्गो वैराग्यम् ऐश्वर्यं चाणिमादयः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्यं रसः अथ पिबन्तु सद्भाग्या मामुञ्जदघरे ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिरित्वा अन्यथा रूपम् स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ एकोनविंशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच श्री उद्धव उवाच श्रीभगवानुवाच हरि ओम salutations to the Lord, to the entire Guru Parampara. Before we know the answers to the questions, answers are about the absolute truth. Before we know the answers to question, first of all, we should understand the question itself. And in the spiritual life, the answer depends on question. If the question is at very superficial level, answer also superficial. And when the question is very sublime, deep at the root level, answer also at root level. And in the world, for every jiva, especially for us human beings, two are the problems. First of all, what sort of life we are living. We are not very deeply aware about it. Therefore, second is what? If that is what is the problem we are in, we are not able to recognize it as the problem. So, what Uddhavaji, representing all of us, has put in front of the Lord as the question seeking an answer, a jignasa, and putting a problem in front, asking for a solution, has to be first of all very detailedly, deeply should be understood. And it's a very sublime, very intricate, very intensively internal is this question. Now, each of the word again will not go into, but what is said in the third mantra, if you see, and if you can try to deeply understand it, then you can understand what is the genuine question of a genuine seeker. Then to him, the genuine answers given in the form of Shastras will be appealing. Is it not? Like an astika. He says, I solve my problems. Therefore, he tries. Neither he seeks the help of others, nor he seeks the blessings of the God. But if he little bit starts understanding that in this world so many of us are there, live together, so we have to help each other, and also we need the blessing of the Ishvara, he starts becoming little this way oriented. So here also, what is the actual situation we are in? How and why it is a problem? Every sloka is detailed, but third one you see, Drushtam Janam. Drushtam Janam. See the Jana. Oh Lord, you also see, I am also seeing. Janam Drushtam. What is that? Drushtam is his sin. Janam Drushtam. We are seeing Jana. What are they? Asmin Bile Samyak Patitam. Who are fallen into this Bila. What is the Bila? Bhavadvani. In this samsara bila, we are fallen. It is samsara bila. Bila, the kupa, whatever you call. Then in that bila itself, kupa itself, the meaning of it itself is what? In a limited purview we live. Beyond that, there is no freedom given to us. Is it not like the life of living at the deha level? It is a bila. In us, when we identify with body, deha, and live from that standpoint, we don't think beyond. Only deha, deha sukha, deha arogya, and deha bhoga, and anything happens to deha happening to me, then repair it, treat it. That is what you are in bila only. Why this deha given? What is to be done actually with that? Is it correct that way to be identified as deha? Is it a problem or is it a solution? We never understand. So to Indriyamana Buddhyadi. With them, trying to eke out small sukhas of the world is a pillar. Our life is like any of the small insects or serpents. Somewhere they stay and trying to get some or the other eatable. उतना ही हमारा जीवन भी इतना ही लग रहा है. Is it that the life he meant for? So the entire world of people, if you see, some education, some job, some earning, then trying to live, and then some prarabdha pushes them into some diseases, something, and they go through that routine. Beyond that, they can't think. Even if you try to them, tell them why these are all prarabdhas. Even they have can be arogya yukta if you live a noble life. At least for the next life, to have a good body, good friends, relatives, good financial status, do lot of punya karma in this life. That won't appeal to them. समझ नहीं आता. Even if it appeals, it's a momentary. Consistently, they are not in. Those people who cannot understand the cause and relation of punya leading to sukha, how can they be told about you are something other than deha? You are a jiva. The bhava of being jiva also is mithya. What is real is you are the pure consciousness, awareness. How to convey this to them? And that awareness, becoming aware of it all the time, is spirituality. First, develop your awareness. Then be aware of the awareness as yourself. Is the liberation from all that which is other than awareness, called as jadata, which is subject to all modifications, which is subject to all destructions. In that you are there, you are identifying with the modifiable, destroyable jada. Therefore, you are suffering. You are not that. You are witness of them. You are something other than them. When will you understand all that sublime knowledge? So, not knowing these higher things, just with some Dehendriya Tyadatmya and some friends' relations around, and for the sake of this comforts or sukha, some ujjogam, some money, some enjoying at home or going out eating, this is called as bila. But to recognize it is bila also is a difficult thing. We don't know. Even now, after listening to Shastra so many years, still we are not understanding that and effect relativity, limited by continuous modifications, just something. So, Drushtam Janam Samyak Patitam Bile Asmin. Very fully always around you. Anytime it is ready. Going through some problem, some disease, we feel sympathetic with them. We go to hospital visit. We don't know that such thing can happen to anyone, and we also anytime. But we don't. We actually, if we really become aware of after seeing some people in that situation, that it may come to me also. The only thing we have to do is how to avoid that to come out of it. First, don't immediately get out of identity with the upadhis. Get the identity with the truth, the reality, the self. That's the only way to escape it. But that doesn't click to us. Then why we have fallen into the samsara? Kshudra sukha uru tarsham. Sukha is kshudra, but trishna for that is uru. Uru means a lot, uru means repeated. Extreme desire, trishna, thirst for a long time and again for small little temporary pleasures that we have come into this place. Now, all our pleasures which we get every day are very kshudra. But how much desire we have for it, that is called tarshanam or trishna. Therefore, we just to eke out that sukha, we work, we earn, we spend, and we are here only. As I said just now, to work and earn even punya for a better life, that also doesn't click to us. If that clicks to us, we'll be in most of the time spending in punya karma only, which guarantees us the better life, more convenient life. Whatever we have now also is because of punya. It's not of this life. And then punya karma doing people, when we all comfort when they got, and they are sense oriented. If we have done good punya karma, therefore everything is comfortable to us. Now, with this comfort, let us work out for the ultimate truth. If that common sense dawns on them, they become truly spiritual. They alone are really blessed. Such people are one in millions only. All are bhedvakari, following others, same routine of jayate, mriyate, asti vardate, vivarnavate, avakshayate, vinash. And when we die, nobody remembers us. Why should they remember? Even they remember, do we know? We will not even know. Yes, have another Maya. So, drushtam, jana. Then samudara enam. Please bring them out of this bila. Krupaya. By your kindness, compassion, O Lord. How? Apavargyahi Vana, which talks about coming out of all these limitations. And yes, the Lord, the Guru, Shastra are ready to speak about this Vachaha, which is the Apavarga Rupa. But we are not ready to listen, no? So here Uddhava is ready. Therefore, he is saying, give, I am also in this bila for the Kshudra Vrutarsha. I want to come out of the bila into that infinite vast horizon of the bliss of freedom. For that Apavarga Vacha, the knowledge of liberation, please teach me. And it will be put in the form of book, then it will be available for anyone who is ready to seek it anytime. Because so much of Trishna he has got, but it is never ending. The samsara, that's why is compared with the heavy summer's thirst. The more drink you are drink water, still the thirst doesn't go away. So to the more we indulge in the worldliness, the Trishna goes not. Only way goes it when the words of mukti come to us, words of jnana come to us, then our Trishna that gets reduced. And the between period of getting out of the Trishna of the world and getting into the Jignasa Paramatma, that Trishna for the world, like as we had earlier, that we can involve, indulge. Because there's always Papa Bhiti. There's always a sense of that guilt that we are studying Upanishad Shastra. How can we be a Pakka Samsari like all other Nastikas? All the other Pakhandis are Pamara. Therefore, you can't. But I have become totally then dedicated for spiritual evolution where every day and every moment thoroughly planned and you are living only that sadhana at every other cost, nothing else. Because to realize Paramatma, that is how the application of ours are required. तो ना वो है, ना ये है, in between people only. You know that sloka, it came in Bhagavat only. Two type of people are the one who are extremely happy. Yo vimukto jado balaha, yo guneshu parangataha. The jada bala child and a guneshu parangataha, the one gone beyond gunas. With Atmajnana. These two are only the happy. Klishyanti antarita janaha. Everybody in between go through the klesha. Neither he can thoroughly indulge in the world to have enjoyment bhoga, nor they have not become totally involved in spirituality. I'm just telling, which is not mentioned here in this sloka, but while studying that, this is a corollary understanding to say that we are in this way. And we have come out of Trishna of the world. Now we should have the Trishna for the Lord, Trishna for Krishna. Then in the Bhakti Marga, those people want to have the darshan of Lord, want to play with the Lord, want to see the Leelas of the Lord, want to see the Loka of the Lord, want to be so in proximity with the Lord, finally merge in the Lord. That all I have in Bhakti. In the Jnana Marga, we want to see the truth, the reality, the self, which is so much talked about in all our Upanishad. So many Upanishads, so many mantras have been spent for that. Each of them so wonderful. Every Upanishad take. Ishavasamitakam savarega sukama kavyam aparanam tadechadi tannayji taddure tadvandage. How much is that? When will I go deep into my meditation to rise above, go beyond the upadita adatma, even this jadabhava, even in amriti, and when will I discover my essential sin? Then that person with the desire will again and again go for his Upanishad Adhyayanam, Mananam, Chintanam. Once he is satisfied with the Jnanam, Siddhanta Jnanam, Jnanam which is said in the earlier mantras, then he will always try for that Vijnanam. That you can see in Puja Gurudev when he was both with Shivananda Maharaj as well as Tapan Maharaj. He was only doing these two, three things. He was not there for years, decades. Maximum 1 or 2 years with Shivananji and 1 or 2 years with Tapan Maharaj. By then he started his samstha. But he was only in these three things: listening class, whatever they used to teach, then referring to the books, thoroughly studying, then always in the deep contemplation. Only Shravanam, Swadhyaya Manana Chintanam, Dhyanam. Shravanam, then for him it took very less time to rise above all that, to discover it. So to Vivekananda and all great saints. We want to have the darshan of Lord. Then they are so prepared that the touch or the words of the Gurus, they have awakened them, enlivened them. Is it not awakened them to the truth? So here, what Uddhava is in such a sublime way asking question that unknowingly all of us are fallen into this bila, pushed by the kala, that's called prarabdha. What is this bila? Samsara. And what's happening here? Shudra sukha uru tarsha. For small little sukha running here and there, and that sukha coming but never giving trupti, you are continuing. Vilasmin patitam. And in the trap only we are there. And even this much we are not understanding that whatever the Pashu Pakshi are there, they are in that yoni with zero freedom because they were having Krishna for some sukha, which is fulfilled only in those dehas. Therefore, they are given those deha, they are none other than the jivas like us only. Why that jiva became kawa? All the dead matter eating and all. Any Skrimi Kitaka, Sarisrupa, Pashu, Pakshi, how come that yoni they got? Shudra Sukha Urutarsha. And we are the ones we'll go there if our Uru Trishna is there for such type of Shudra Sukha. As a human being, we have to recognize that we have little reason about that. Therefore, the Purushartha Samarthya Yukta human life we are given. Use it that, not for again Artha Kama Purushartha. Use it that for Dharma and Moksha Purushartha. Dharma for some time. Later on, Sarvadharman Parityaja, Mamekam Param Purusham Sharanam Vraja. So here, give us also the words to inspire in mumukshata and give us the words of wisdom which fulfills the mumukshata. What is mumukshata? From this bila of limited life, I want to come out of it. And first of all, that sense should be there. How much tortured we are in this world, in not able to fulfill the demands of Dehendra Manobuddhi this side, and not able to get what we want from the world, from the people, things, from the situations. Every moment there is disappointment only. Every moment that inner akrosha, dukkha, shoka, bhaya. Somehow we are habituated to that, therefore we are not feeling. You go to the market, thing which you want, it never is available. If it is available, it's a very costly. There's always fear in the mind to buy it. If you buy it en route, it will fall and it is broken. And when you come home, the people at home scold you. अरे ये सब आदत हो गया लेकिन is it not every moment a pain? Everything this deha. So every day you have to give it bath, every day you have to feed it, every day you have to look at it. And some of them the coloring, painting. Why are you understanding? We are not understanding. That is what is to be understood. That we are not thinking to understand. And to the people, to be frank, where is a wife or husband, children, to get love from them. How much we pour all the vital energies to them. And all that after they receiving, then they just make a give one smile and you feel as a fulfillment. Bewakoof number one. That one smile given by them, we remember, but how much of time, energy is lost for them, we never understand. That is a murkhata. But when it is told like that, we don't like it. And with all this effort, again, if they don't reciprocate, what an amount of dukkha. Ye kshudra sukha urutarsa. That is a samsara bila. Adhvani. You know, bhavadhvani. You want to continue like that? Nobody can. That's why I said to recognize that we are in this hollow bila of samsara itself is a game, a great state of evolution. Then next to come out of it. No, unless we study these type of shastra, we will not be reminded also. Shastras are both. They are the diagnosis tests. They are always also the pakka treatment prescriptions. They diagnose, बेटा तुम इस संसार में फंसे हो, फिर that was a treatment also. देखो भक्ति ज्ञान करो. Other than the Sadguru, Shastra and Satsang, where do we know that we are in this roga? You don't know. When you don't know the roga, how can you treat Baba? All our treatments to get happiness in the world are without diagnosis of what the disease. There were not only no treatment works, other than the disease goes on growing. So here in that sublime state Uddhavaji is there and asking. We are all fallen in this limited life of samsara, not even recognizing that that is so, and not even we are wanting to come out of it. So please inspire us both in knowing that this is not the way how to live. These higher possibilities are there, higher things to be achieved. Make us recognize that. And also empower us about the path how to travel and reach out. Give us all the knowledge. It's because we are blessed by Rishimuni Guru Parampara, because we are so regular in our classes, at least a little bit of that information we are able to get and receive. We are given and we are receiving. The rest of the things see in your own house, other than you, your wife, or children, or in laws, outlaws, where are they caught up? You can't even tell them. They will pull you down to their level if you try to them because yours is not fully stationary, stabilized in that. When little temptation, trouble comes, we compromise and go. Some of us have gone away beyond that. Some have become very strong. I can see who are they, each one at what level. But lucky. But that's only a beginning. Starting to walk is not reaching. Just from a stationary position, we started walking in right direction. It has to be continued. The Shravanam, Mananam, Chintanam, endowed with Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, whatever is possible. Then the Prakriti Niyantrana Ashtanga Yoga, Shravana, Mananam, Dhyanam, all लगे रहना है till These, even the whatever the impurities of tamoguna, impurities of identifying the world, valuing the world, trying for that Shudra Sukha Urudarsha, when all of them also go away. And final is what? I am the self, theoretically understood. I am trying to establish in my experience that I am the self. Till we reach to that, you have to keep on listening, keep on doing manana, manana. And think for yourself in this way, did you get that support or not? What is to be reached and how to be reached? That's a support. और जो रेगुलर सत्संग सुनते हैं उन्हीं को मिलता है. After holding on to that support only, we can give up these worldly bondages and then go toward the ultimate goal. नहीं मिला वो support I am talking about is the conviction in my heart. If that convictional support is not there, any slightest chance and pull happens to me from any of the sources, I go back. Only being regular gives support, makes that support which we hold on to strong. What is that? My goal is not even to maintain my health, not ये सब किस लिए है परमात्मा को जानने के लिए. In fact, if you try to know the Lord or go near to Him, all these are obviously taken care. He said 100 times in all Shastra. Ananya Shintayanto Vesina Paripasate Tesha Nitya Yukta Yogakshema Vahamya. He's not external thing, Yogakshema Vahamya. He says all your upadhis I'll take care. You just mind your business of reaching me, remembering me. But this never clicks to us, even though we chant this shloka million times. So many times we chant, still we feel we have to take care of our own selves. And the taking care becomes an addiction and indulgence, not just taking care. Upar, upar. He says, three sentences he said. Ananya Chintayantaha Paryupasate Nityavyuktana. Those depth of the meaning of those words is very essential. Ananya Chinta, no other Chinta than Bhagavan. Paritaha Upasate, by all means, you are only remembering the Lord. That way, Nitya Avyuktana, you are not even a moment away from Him. When in that conscious effort, your yoga kshema, it is taken care. In that yoga kshema, this body is healthy, mind will be healthy as long as it is supposed to live. That will be taken away, then he'll give a better body. That's the meaning of yoga kshema. Yoga kshema don't understand that you will be safe and secure in this body for eternity. No. आपका साधना जहाँ अच्छा होगा वहाँ आपको ले जाते योगक्षेम. In the Yogakshema, actual meaning God, from your palatial house, you may be shifted to an ashram where the palatial comforts of bondage may not be there, but liberation giving knowledge and that Vatavarana atmosphere will be there. That is the meaning of Yogakshema in that way. But you have to accept it that way. You have to understand. So, do we feel that? Seeing our own life, observing others, that we are in the samsara vila for the Kshudra Urutarsha, pushed by the Kala Sarpa continuously. Kala is Prarabdha. Then are we ready to come out of it? And do we know that the knowledge, the conviction of knowledge, the path, and the ultimate, all of them are called as Apavarga Vachaha, are given to us only by Guru and Shastra. Are we ready to go and listen Shastra from the Guru in Satsang continuously? I am ready. Oh Lord, please teach me. Uddhavaji says. Hey Mahanubhava, what a beautiful word. Mahanubhava means not like in Telugu, Mahanubhava. Mahanubhava means the one who has got extreme compassion to all jivas. And among those, if someone become mumuksha, and with that mumukshata, when he approaches Guru and Bhagavan and surrenders and asks that question, the Lord will be so pleased with that person. That's called Maha Anubhava. Anu means forward by. Bhava means seeing the Bhava of the Bhakta, he reciprocates. This Mahanubhavatva Bhagavan is in his Hari Rupa example. When the elephant cried, in the beginning it cried, save karo, with thoda thoda. Maximum he was fighting himself with a crocodile. Then he asked the Lord. Then he asked the Lord, not only I want to get rid of this crocodile, because in that 1000 years of fighting with the crocodile, While going through the contemplation was going on. Crocodile is the moha. Inside, the whole water is samsara. He was contemplating also. Then he came to know, if I ask the Lord or put my efforts, I may be freed from this crocodile. But what is guarantee that I will not enter into other river? Then what's the guarantee that another crocodile will not catch me? For how long is that then? Then he said, I want to get out of it permanently. That's how Bhagavan, from such a busy schedule of playing with his own wife there, Rama, in Vaikuntha, when he saw that devotee is fully paripakva, he left even her, according to Telugu Bhagavatam, came running to save him. That's called Maha Anubhava. When he saw Uddhavaji, he sent Naradji and made him give Upadesha. Then he himself appeared to him in the heart and outside. The Maha Anubhava. At every point when his father was trying to kill him, this Hiranyakashipu, everywhere to grace or protect that Prahlada, Bhagavan appeared in different forms. That is called Maha Anubhava. The one who, in extreme beautiful manner, reciprocates to the bhakti and jignasa of the disciple. That's the Lord. And this is we only keep the Lord away with so much of nastikata. We all also, on the name of Astik, we are also Nastik. Put some chandan, do some Deeparana, still Namaskar Karo. That's a very minimum micro only. How the life should be. Can we imagine, think anything other than Bhagwan's grace? अनुक्षणम उन्हीं का ही कृपा है ऐसे मानना चाहिए. उन्हीं के कृपा के लिए मांगना चाहिए. उनके कृपा से उनको पाकर उनका इंस्ट्रूमेंट बनना चाहिए. Other than that, can we ask anything? We only are not asking that, any other thing asking. Accordingly only is reciprocated. Yeah, how many thousands of time we go to temple? कितने बार हमने कहा भगवान आप दर्शन दो अपना from the depth of the heart. Nothing else I want. No, we want only the worldly things. Then he will give that only. He will disappear. All your puja, upasana, like Ravanadi. Thousands of years they did upasana. Dhyana, yeah, japa, all this, yeah, Lord came. They asked for limited things. Lord gave and went away. उसी में फंस के वो लोग मर गए एक दिन. So the three aspect. Where are we? Second, therefore, what we should seek. Third, whom? Whom should ask? We are in this Urutarsha Samsara Bila. What we have to seek to come out of it once for all permanently. Then can help us and in what way? It's only Guru or God through this Apavarga Vacha. With the words of wisdom, which when implemented, we come out of all the bondages. The first level of word of wisdom, which we have to implement, are karma pradhana. In that, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga comes. Third word of wisdom, which when we implement, we come out of final bondages, the jnana pradhana, where there is nothing to be done. Just know, as told by the Shastra with all examples and logic, that I am the witness, I am the sakshi, I am the Shuddha Atmavastu. The Naham Dehosmi, Naham Jivosmi happens through Karma Bhakti Ashtanga Yoga. Practically, Am Brahmasmi happens through Jnana Yoga. This is the meaning. Vachobirasincha e Mahanubhava. Okay, this is the beauty of the question. Now that's how sometimes you have to ponder exactly and try to understand the deep feeling what is said by the questioner. Then relate yourself with that. Is that question coming to you? Then the answer also will be accepted by you. If you are not at the level of the question, then the answer is also will not be effective so much. So for such you, some comfort is given. So you do some punya, with sukha bhog milega, and you find that alone is good. I'm healthy, I'm happy. I can enjoy, I can watch TV, cricket. That is any nonsense person will do. For that ज़्यादा आस्तिकता की भी जरूरत नहीं. थोड़ा पुण्य करो, थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज करो, good honestly work करो, with limited things, be contented. You are happy. Any samsari can be like that. But that's not human purpose. Now, Sri Bhagavan Vach. This always Itham in this way, etat, same question, Pura in the past, Raja, Ajata Shatruhu, that great Yudhishthiraji, Bhishmam to Bhishmacharya, Dharma Bhrutam Varam, the one who is the upholder of the Dharma, because he took that Bhishma Pratigna, and to follow that, even he joined the opposite party of the Lord, knowing fully well that when he is in the other party, he will definitely die, yet he took it up. Therefore, Dharma Pratamvara. Secondly, the one who is with his long life and being the one of the Vasus who has every knowledge about every Dharma. To that Bhishmacharya, this Raja Dhruta Yudhishthira was Achata Shatrupa Pracha. And we are the authority there. Authority is Naha Anushrunvatam. We were there when he was asking all questions. We were also there when the answers were given. When Parikshitji was asking question, hundreds of rishis munis were there, thousands of other their disciples were there. They say 88,000 rishi muni brahmana were there when the Bhagavata was given by the Shukadevji to Parikshit. So to 60,000 were there when the Saunaka Shaudakadi Mahamuniyon ko Suta ji ne sunaya. 88,000 are the rishi muni. Then their families and the other people, the people who came and went, how many uski ginti nahi thi. And most of them heard how he was speaking that the science has to research, or the yogis who have not embarked on that inquiry should do research on that and see how many of people have heard this Bhagavat. Is it only Parikshit heard and the 10, 12 people all around? Or everybody heard? If everybody heard, how was his voice reaching them? Shukadev's. Because voice has a limited purview. Beyond some meters, it can't go. How did there were no mic systems those days? No, these are all to be debated. It can be in so many ways. Lord Krishna himself must have done his anuma with jadu, by which, though he is speaking from here, maybe everybody will be listening in a subtle microphone manner or mic manner. Other thing can be each one this group teaching next, telling next one's next group telling next one. ऐसे one of the commentary चल रहा होगा. Whatever the way, but all of them heard it. और मे बी लाइक ऑल यज्ञास 2 दिन आए 3 दिन आए 1 दिन आए एक क्लास बैठकर चले गए ऐसे किए होंगे वॉट एवर सो टू भगवद गीता में श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन संवाद भागवत कालम ऑल वर देयर हियर आल्सो when Bhishmacharya was teaching this strategy, every one of them were there at that time. Whoever alive, सब लोग आए. So नह शृण्वताम. Same prashna was asked by Yudhishthirji when we were listening. Then answer was given by Bhishmacharya. We listened that also. Nivrutte bhar. When was that? When was the occasion? As if the Uddhavaji question. Nivrutte bharate yuddhe. When the whole Bharata Yuddha of 18 days was over, the 11 Akshavanis of Kaurava, 7 Akshavanis of Pandavas fought from both sides, big Yoddha, so many died. कौरवों के पक्ष में तो अति मुख्य सारे चले गए इंक्लूडिंग फाइनली दुर्योधन who are left in Kaurava पक्ष are only the Dhritarashtra, the Gandhari and this Vidurji who did not fight. बाकी big people, all of them, the Mahalika, the Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, Karna, Krupa, Duryodhana, Dushasana, is all remaining 97 brothers. एक बच गया जो पांडवों में ज्वाइन किया. So Nivrutte Bharate Yuddhe. What happened? Suhrut Nidhana Bihwalaha. That Suhruts, all the well-wishers whom he loved. See, Yudhishthir type of people are not those who love them. They love all. They love the ignorant Bevakuf Murkha more. That is called as wisdom. Loving good persons, wise persons, anybody will do. But loving even the stupid, foolish fellow, even like Duryodhana, only Yudhishthira can do. Therefore, actually to him, there is no Shatru in that or this Paksha. Everyone are so close dear to his heart. Therefore, they are all Suhrut. And all of them are Nidhana Mareve. One or two die only, his heart gets so much pained. Thousands and thousands have died. How much dukkha? That is what is put in this one word of 3 letters, Vihvala. That Vihvala word cannot be explained only, you have to feel it. विह्वल हो जाना, हाथ पैर जो अपने the thorn goes, very big thorn, बड़े तगड़े होते हैं, they are put as fencing around the fields etc in the village. बचपन में सब देखा हमने, that तो इतना बड़ा मोर से thorn तगड़ा, like a nail only, and if you by mistake put your feet on that, it goes आधा घुस जाता है, it is 1 month pain. 1 month pain. And the time when it goes inside, you can't stop the dukkha. It spreads all around the pain. You go to some Vaidyaji or some Nani Dadi at home, they put all these, क्या क्या नमक लगाते हैं, they put that, क्या कहते हैं, लहसुन वगैरह, so that थोड़ा करो and pull it with that चिमटा के तरह. And then they put some homemade thing, फिर पट्टी बांधते हैं, फिर 3 दिन बुखार होती है because of that दर्द. Pain gives fever, no? At that time, the pain is called Vihalata. When a burning happens, garam garam pani gira hath pair mein, at that time Vihala. And if it's a 1 degree, first degree, 7 8 days, you get okay. If it's a second degree में गया तो takes months to get. Third degree parts of the deha आप कर भी नहीं सकते. I'm just telling the meaning of Vihalata. These are all when happened to me, my own deha. So to when lakhs of money yours is gone because of something. Somebody cheated, somebody looted, where you don't have a solution there. The pain is called Vehala. So too, here his example is most dearest people to him, the ones whom used to every day survey, go and salute them and do their pranam and their blessings, Chiranjeeva, Sukhi Bhava. He was enjoying that, the Bhishma and Drona. When they are dead, not just like killed by him only, means his own party. Imagine the Vihalata there. Can you put it in words? He himself is sensitive. He's a loving person. A loving natured person cannot harm others even with a word. एंड ऐसी बात यहाँ युद्ध में राज्य के लिए तो नहीं था, धर्म के लिए था, फिर भी मारना पड़ा भाई, डांटना गाली देना नहीं. युधिष्ठिर नेवर नोज इवन इन एंटायर लाइफ टू टॉक ए वर्ड ऑफ डिसोबीडियंस आल्सो टू भीष्म द्रोण. He cannot. He is of not that nature. Just like Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, Hanuman, they can't talk any word of disrespect to Rama. You want to imagine, that's called Aryatva. That is a maturity. That's a dignity. We too had that 20, 30, 40 years back. Whoever, the chacha ho, koi bhi log ho, we had the different level of respect, reverence to them. Sometimes, even if they are 2 years only older to us, then, but still, if by relation, if they are elderly, we used to have that respectful address only. आर्यत्व की बात करें, पर यहाँ निधन हो गया इन लोगों का. इज विह्वलता, अनकंट्रोलेबल, द बेरमेंट ऑफ वेरी क्लोज रिलेटिव्स. Luckily, we are out of it. With Vedanta Jnanam, especially the effect of Mandukya Upanishad, where we are taught about the Ajatavada and Mithyavada of the Jagat, Paramatma real, we are not that much affected. अब मुझे तो कोई affect नहीं, मैं मरूंगा तो मुझे the knowledge will come. We will make it more stronger. Before, if at all the situation comes, then we take it so lightly. It's obvious. Any bodies came, they go away. Every body has jiva. In this body, there is a jiva. I am the jiva. I'll get another deha. Or before, if I can break that shackle also and discover the self, problem is gone. For us, I'm saying. But here, Suhrud Nidhana Vihvala. And that's not Nautanki. Some people do the Natak to get sympathy from us. I नहीं था, मैं अपने भाइयों को भी कहा, but they didn't listen to me. And I sent Krishna also as an ambassador, but they didn't listen. It didn't work. So Nivritte Bharate Yuddhe Surunidana Vihala Raja Yudhishthira Raja Satu Dharmaputamaram Bhishmam Papracha. See, when you listen Bhagavad Ramayana with me, you will be taught this way how to do the Anvaya of the shlokas also. I am not teaching any formal Sanskrit to you. Not required. But this one. Next one comes Shrutva Dharman Bahun. Having heard first all the Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma, then Rajaniti Dharma, Mitra Dharma, Shatru Dharma, All that he heard. Finally asked, Paschat, after hearing all of them, Moksha Dharmana Pruchata. He asked about Moksha Dharma. Dharma means the sadhanas to be done for the purpose of the goal called Moksha. Yudhishthira Pocha. Moksha Dharmana Apruchata. To you, give to you, present to you. Abhidanam means with my vocal cords, in the form of my own speech and words, I am to put it into you. My maximum effort is to put them into your ears. How much you take them into your head and to your heart, and all that is your hands. Tanaham te vidasyami. And what do you give me, sir? Deva Brata Mukhat Shrutan. The entire Moksha Dharma Jnana, which has come from the Mukha of the Devabrata, that is Bhishmacharya, and entered to my heart and my ears and heart. So, all those things I am going to tell you precisely. Although 20,000 sloka I can't tell you, but 20 श्लोक जितने भी. So, Devavrata Mukhatma Sutan, Tan Aham Te Avidasyami. Tan Moksha Dharmana Aham Avidasyami. Why? You asked it. And afresh, a few years back only it happened. तो भगवान दैट वे यहाँ 5-6 श्लोक में कह रहे. It is kindness. Like when we are called for any satsang, we talk on the topic whatever they give. But toward 10 minutes we say, भाई ये सब तुम्हारे लिए मैंने कहा, जो तुमने बुलाया ये टॉपिक दिया, अब मेरे लिए कहता हूँ इस पर spiritual unfoldment. For these are the logics. Logic of spirituality, then the purpose of spirituality, the process of spirituality, 5-10 minutes. Sara of Gita, Sara of the Upanishad, Sara of the Shastra. Whether you receive or not, understand or not, your problem. But I am in this dress, I'll teach that also. And I come to talk what topic you give. युधिष्ठिर जी को जो भीष्म जी ने मुक्ति के धर्म बताए, that I am giving you as essence. Okay. Then what are they? Jnana, Vairagya, Vijnana, Shraddha, Bhakti, Upabrumhita. Upabrumhana means filled with, expanded with. Is it not? Purana Itihasabhyam Vedam Upabrumhitam. That's what's it. Means through the Purana Itihasa, the Vedas are expanded. Means made easier for others to understand. What is there in Vedas alone is there in Purana Itihasa. Upabrumhita means in a lighter manner it is expanded, explained to us. Through the stories when it is told, it becomes easier. And the essence of all stories is that which is said again in Upanishads purely without stories. That you are identified with Dehendriyadi, therefore you have got variety of relativity and you have the reality given to the world. Then because of Ragadesha Kama Krodha, you have those sankalpas and you involve and phala you get it. Hetuvala phalavad. Final वही है ना सारे पुराणों का इतिहासों का. That is what purely said in Vedas without any story. So here dharma, jnana, vairagya, vijnana, shraddha, bhakti, upabrumhita. So jnana means theoretical knowledge about the Lord, self. Vairagya, the logic behind why we have to detach from the world. Then vijnana means theoretical knowledge को अनुभव में लाने के लिए what practice we have to do. Then the role of Shraddha, best things Shraddha which is there in the heart, should express at every level of personality of even Buddhi and Mana Indriyas. That expression is called Bhakti. Shraddha is the innermost heart. Bhakti is its expression. He is a realized saint. He is expression of the Lord and he is the one to whom I am sent in this life to be guided. And he can guide me. That pakka faith hai. If I have Shraddha, then the way I approach him, serve him. Then approach is physical walk, service, physical service. Then listen to his talks. That is Indriyas are working. Then feeling about what he is saying at the mind level. All that is called Bhakti. जहाँ श्रद्धा नहीं होता, भक्ति टेम्पररी होता है. और भक्ति वाला टेम्पररी नाटक होता है, वहाँ कुछ फायदा, वहाँ some result. That's called kama prema, means expecting some result. That is phalasakti yukta prema, that's not attachment. But here in moksha sadhana, the phala is nothing other than Paramatma only. So there the Shraddha leads to this type of bhakti, that emotion. So he is for me, for my own evolution. Therefore, I must totally dedicate to him, surrender to him. All that attitudes called bhakti. So bhakti, Shraddha, Vairagya, Vijnana and Jnana. Remember these 5 words. Vairagya is the world is continuously changing, it is mithya. You can't hold on to anything. Therefore, you should not. You can't, therefore, you should not try to. The effort is the one which gives you misery. Then Vijnana is what? This is what? Through Shravana Mananadi, the Jnana we have to own and Nididhyasana. Then throughout this period of Jnana, Vairagya, Vijnana, the two things which continuously support are the Shraddha and Bhakti. And these 5 put together is fully immersed spiritual sadhak. उनको श्रद्धा है, उनके अंदर भक्ति है, गुरु के बाद श्रद्धा भक्ति के साथ जाता है, देन उससे पहले दुनिया के प्रति वैराग्य है, देन गुरु के उपदेश से ज्ञान को सुनेगा. देन 2 meanings of vijnana are, one is practice, second is experience. Vijnana and practice. Vijnana also means experience. After theory, first practice. After practice, the experience. So Vijnana, practical tips, and finally that theory became experience. That's called, he is a Vijnani, Vaijnanika. So all those, in short, I will tell you. Uddhava being very subtle, hints are enough for him, they will catch. And what Krishna is saying is already known to Uddhava. What Krishna says to all of us also known, studied already Upanishad. But then Krishna's saying becomes more authentic. Because it is Krishna said, we may accept it more clearly. And when Krishna says, he says with all his tapasya, he tells Upadesha, but when the parents tell, they have love for you. They have such a feeling of your well-being. Well-being or well-wisher they are. The same sentence Upadesha, if told by the Guru, Guru's teaching is from experience also. Guru's teaching is born from the compassion toward the disciple, not like the parents of one body. His compassion is, he looks at this jiva without this knowledge from how many lives he is suffering. And if this knowledge is not given to him, further how many lives he will suffer. Now Lord has sent him to me to him. Therefore I must give him that knowledge in which he gets liberation. Now the deep intensity which is not measurable in any measurements or instruments, Guru alone can have it. If the Guru's teachings are same. But if the Guru's teachings are so powerful, if the teachings are of Krishna Vande Jagat Guru, who is the Guru of all Gurus, Dekho, Enlightenment is already heard, but it gives summary of what we studied. It gets an authentic stamp that this is what Bhishma told to Yudhishthira, this is what. And here, what is theory alone is sadhana. What is sadhana alone is experience. That is a typical thing in this explanation. Vijnana Shraddha Bhakti Upapramitan Tan Aham Abhidhasyami Devavrata Mukhat Shrutanu Nivritte Bharate Yuddhen Sudun Nidana Viswala Ajatha Shatru Papracha Bhishmam Dharma Vratam. So I am telling only 2, 3, 4 slokas. We will see whatever is possible today. First, the 14th mantra, 15th mantra, 16th mantra, 17th. These are the 4 which talk about the Jnana, the entire Jnana, Sara of Vedanta Upanishads, the Mukti giving Jnana, the Tattva Jnana, the Jnana about the perishability of the world, Mithyat of the Jagat, Sara in 4-5 mein hai. But this being the essence, the detailed workout you have to do. I will not do it. Only literal meaning मैं बताकर आगे बढ़ूंगा. What it says, see, Nava ekadasha panchatrina bhavan bhuteshu yena vai iksheta atha ekam api esho tat jnanam mama nishchita. This is my firm opinion, my firmly convinced, confirmed opinion that this is called as jnana. तो मम ज्ञान करके भगवान फिर भी फ्रीडम दे रहे, तुम स्वीकार करो तो करो, नहीं करो तो नहीं करो, बट मेरे तरफ से तो ये है, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज ज्ञानम. भगवान सेस व्हाट इज दैट? नव एकादश 11, पंचम is 5, 3 means 3, bhavan or the bhavas which are there. Bhuteshu yena vai, in all the beings these are there, in the entire world these are the नव एकादश पंचत्री है. वो क्या है, भी बताएंगे. That by which all these are recognized. All of them have become known, aware of by. Yena iksheta is the word underline and catch it. The one who is able to visualize them, enumerate them, quantify them, number them, all these things. Yena ikshetha. Then ata ekam api yeshu. And he is there in all of them. Not only the Ikshanakarta, he is not only the seer of them, but he is also inside all of them. And that he who is seeing all of them and inside all of them is not to one. Recognizing that one is called Jnanam. So, yena iksheta ata ekam apiyeshu tat jnanam mama nishchitam. So, recognizing the seer of all these variety of expressions, and while recognizing, he is the one ekam api yeshu, permeating in all of them nook and corner. When one is able to recognize that, that is called the ultimate jnana. So this is the सिद्धांत also. सिद्धांत भी यही है, साधना भी यही है, मुक्ति भी यही है. याद रख लेना. What Vedanta Siddhanta is that you are seeing the multiplicity, all of them is visualized by one person. This visionary is in and through every one of them. This is Siddhanta. Then what is sadhana? Sadhana is you are one who is permeating every one of them with your permeability and ability of being awareness. You are becoming aware of them. And what is the siddhi? Siddhi is you are that awareness in whose presence all these things are appearing, are being recognized. Siddhi, all three are same. जो सुना है उसी को करो, जो करते जा रहे हो उसी में स्थापित हो जाओ. Establish in that. So what are Nava? The Nava are the four. What is Purusha at the individual level called as Jiva, Samishta level called as Ishvara. One. Then from him came the Avyakta, Avyakruta, the Maya, is Shakti. Purusha, Maya Shakti. Then Maya, little grossified, is called as Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva, little more expanded, explained, is called as Ahankara. These are four. Then Mahat, then Ahankara. Purusha, let us say Purusha, Maya Shakti, Mahat Tattva, Ahankara. These are the four. Then the five Tanmatras. The pure Tanmatras, Pancha, which came from this Ahankara, from the Akara. And this Ahankara divided into three, Satvika, Rajasika, Tamasika. Then from the Satvika Ahankara, all the Adhisthana Devatas came, Rajasika Ahankara, all the Indriyas came, Tamasika Ahankara se Pancha Mahabhutas came, Tanmatras. These Nava are the first 9 things. They are there everywhere. Purusha, the pure consciousness must be there. Consciousness itself is called existence. They are not separable. In one case, some cases of Jada Padartha, the consciousness is not expressed, but Paramatma is there as isness in them. Avyakta Avyakurta Prakriti is there as Mula Prakriti. Mahatattva is there in that. Then Aham is there. You and I may not recognize or it may not express, but in the stone or a mountain, it remains intact, withstanding to all the odds of rains, etc. Is the Aham in that? That Aham won't respond like we respond. पहाड़ में ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन अहम है. Very subtlest form, almost unmanifest कहो. So that's why when you break the pahad with dynamite, etc., it doesn't react. But it is there as a form of mountain, na? That is called its aham. It's very sublime thought. In the trees, the aham little expresses. That's why it responds to all the sunlight and all water. In the animals, it expresses more, and birds. In the human beings, more and more expresses. In the evolved human being, completely. So, in the stones, only Sat Rupena it expresses. In all the beings, all of us, Sat and Chit Rupena. In human beings, the Chit is at the Parakashta level, that he can know everything. That is called as Ananda. We all are Sat Chit. Therefore, we never try for Sat and Chit. So, Nava explained. Purusha, Avyakruta, Mahatattva, Ahankara, Panchatanmat. Ekadasha, the 11 things. 5 Jnanendriya, 5 Karmendriya, the Antakarana, called mind, let us say. These are also there everywhere. Panchagnana is depending on that jiva. Like the snake yoni. They're not given the ears. Because for that jiva, the ear is not given because how many of number of times Swami sent them message to come to listen to satsanga, they never cared. भगवान ने कहा तुम्हारा कान निकालता हूँ एक जन्म के लिए. In trees, the legs are not there. Why? Because they never went to the temple or pradakshina they did. They were इनको पाँव देके बेकार है. You only went to the wrong places, so पेड़ बना दो, you will not move from there. But the principles are there of Panchagnanendriya, Panchakarmendriya, as well as one mana. Potentially there everywhere and kinetically or expresses through human beings more, other things in less quantity. But they are there. They are the part of this creation Srishti. Ekadasha. Then Pancha is the Pancha Mahabhutas, which have come from the Tanmatras. Okay? Which give chance for, give for Panchoga last three. Three means the three gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tama guna. These are the ones which are going into the makeup of entire creation. स्थूला सूक्ष्म कारण व्यष्टि समष्टि. इनको हटकर और कुछ है ही नहीं है दूसरा, इन्हीं से बन रहा है. Now the one who is conscious of rupas are many, but he is one without second. The one who recognizes him, he is jnani, or recognizing the one in all of them is jnana. Theoretically, then trying to recognize that one is called sadhana. Then when you recognize yourself to be that, you are visualizing all these now pancha ekasa three. He may be conducting also through them, working through all of them. Yet he is not missing his Atma Swarupa. Where is that Atma Swarupa? In and through all of them only. Like a hero or any person acting on the drama. Only for the molding also, the designs also. So now anything for that matter. Like since when I don't know car driving? Can you answer it? Since when I don't know car driving? You have to say anadi, means it's no answer. But that ignorance can be eliminated by learning the car driving. No? These are the beautiful words. So this is called as Jnanam. Okay. Now, etadeva hi vijnanam. Vijnanam bhi yahi hai. Yatha tatha na tatha ekena yena yato. Sthiti utpatti apeyan pashed bhavanam tirunatmanam. And what is Vijnana? Etadeva hi vijnanam. This alone is Vijnana. Yena yat. Tatha ekena yena yat means with that one common predominant or permeating or prevailing principle he identified. Having identified with what happening, na sthiti utpatti apiyan bhavanam trunatmana pasya. This is called Mandukya Karika ultimate. Alata Shanti. The Vijnanam means the practice. The Vijnanam means experience of liberation. Is what? Seeing that one only in and through. Seeing that one as your own self. Consequently, what is the consequence of it? Na pashyetu. The consequence of the Vijnana is na pashyetu. He will not see. What he will not see? Bhavanam trigunatmanam. All the bhavas of Rupanama which have trigunas in them, sthiti utpatti apeyan. This is what exactly in the morning class. What a perfect coincidence it's going on almost every day. What was the example given? Sacha maya na vidyate. Yatha swapnamayat jivat tanmayah ankuraha. Nasau shashvataha nasau nitya nacha uchedi. Did we listen or not? That bija which was shown in a movie theater, movie screen by somebody hero, and the plant came out. Maya Mayat bija se Maya Maya Ankura came. Now that Maya Maya bija or Ankura, the tree which came, is not Shashwata because it is not real. And you cannot cut it aside. It is appearing, but neither it is born, nor it has grown, nor it is cut. You can see all the three things. He has sown a seed in a movie. Then within few days the plant came. तो उसका seed, sowing the seed also unreal, plant growing also is unreal, and then cutting the tree. So sowing the seed is the janma, growing is called sthiti, then cutting the tree is laya. So sthiti, these three things said, no, sthiti utpatti apayan na pashyet bhavana. You are seeing them, but are they happening? That was the example given in the morning. No. Same example in the dream. You see them, but have they happened really? No. Same example you will see when a jadugar, when a magician does it. He just puts the seed, Mayawala, he will show the tree came, he will cut it also. So, the Swapna Drishtanta, then for us the Chalachitra Drishtanta, then Maya Drishtanta. Three things he will tell in the subsequent shlokas, which we chanted today, but tomorrow we are going to see. What is proved therefore ultimately in those three examples? Seen but neither born nor maintained nor displayed. In the same way, when we recognize the self, what we see is of all these bhava, there is no utpatti, there is no sthiti, then no laya. Now, this is what is the entire Mandukya. Na nirodho na chotpatti na baddho na cha sadhakaha na mumukshur na vai mukta ityesha paramartata. In general, and particularly in the third Advaita Prakarana, the last sloka, which will be quoted again in the Alata Shanti in the 71 or 72 mantra. Na kaschit jayate jivaha sambhavosya na vidyate etat taduttamam satyam yatra kinchid na jayate. Now, this is worked out through the relentless listening of this knowledge. More than that, in our own silent chambers of meditation and contemplation, we are deeply entering into that contemplative mood. That's why, in a very subtle form, yesterday we said in the morning class, I don't know how many of you caught it, Vedanta is Buddhi Vishaya. It is not Mano Vishaya. It is not Indriya Vishaya. It is not the Deha Vishaya. It is not a Vyavahara Vishaya. It is very purified, sharpened, made subtle intellect, which has withdrawn from the slavery of Dehendriya Mana by all means, and which has surrendered to the Guru and the Shastra Upadesha, and trained in listening to the Shastra from the Guru for a long time, and trained itself to use the logic as said by. Such intellect only can go deeply into these inquiries. The outcome of all that is, I am Atma Brahma. Then what about the entire world? Na utpatti, na sthiti, na laya. Then example same of the Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. The one who is deeply sorrowed or frightened by the snake. You can never teach him a snake, and comparatively he developed some Shraddha in listening to the one who has seen the rope as rope. To such person, then the Guru starts giving the information. When this fellow goes on contemplating on that, slowly, slowly, he will apprehend the rope. Once the rope is seen, never snake was never born, snake was never lived for those 2 hours where I suffered. The snake never died when I recognized the rope. Did the snake run away or die when the rope is recognized? For it to die or go away, it should be there. For it to be there, it should be by the snake and accept it as real and suffer or not. Here the Rajjusthaniya is Atma. Sarpasthaniya is Sthitutpatti of this whole Jagat. Utpatti, Sthiti and Laya of the Jagat. And as like he talks about snake, he is frightened, he tells 10 people, all of them get afraid. This is how we are instigating like corona from one to the other. We just are receiving Ajnana from the people around and supplying that Ajnana only to people around us. What is Ajnanam? That the Jagat is real. It is the snake is real wala Ajnana. But actual Jnana is what? The truth self alone is real. Other than that, nothing else is born, nor maintained, nor remained, nor it is dissolved. That's why, if you remember, 4 days back in the morning class, we shared this. A thing which is lost because of ignorance is never lost. A thing which is gained because of wisdom is never gained. Conversely, a thing which is gained with karma is never gained. Because when the karma goes away, the thing goes away. That will be the next shloka after 4 slokas is going to say. So in that knowledge that only self is there, स्थिति उत्पत्ति अपे are not there. You know, point is what, जब जन्म ही नहीं है, मॉडिफिकेशन ही नहीं है, मरण ही नहीं है, तो तीनों जगह पे दुख होता है हमको. जन्म काल में दुख है, when we are born from the womb of mother, dukkha to both mother and child. And throughout the life when we are living, we also suffer in the world, seeking this and that. World also suffers, we are very greedy fellow. And when we die, we also suffer कि पूरा भोग किए मर रहा हूँ. और people also suffer ये मेरा लोन वापस किए बिना मर रहा है. For us, sthiti, janma, sthiti, laya, 3 are the givers of misery. They are definitely giving misery. Then how to avoid the misery at 3 levels? Only when you recognize some state of being yours where these 3 are not there. And that is the self. That's what is said. When the wave is born, the water is not born. When wave grows, the water never grows. When the wave dies, water never dies. When the pot is born, the mud is not born. The pot is broken or stayed and used for some time, not so the mud. When the pot broken, mud is not broken. No, these have to repeatedly to be said first to get established vaguely. There is something unchangeable on which changes are imagined projected. Then it's only question of drishti. Change your drishti from changeable to the changeless. You recognize everything as changeless self only. From where, when you see there's nothing called changeable. वहाँ पानी है, लहर है. You look at lahar, you will be always seeing changeable. Look at water, you will see only changeless. But while looking at this water wave, ability to recognize the water, you require pulls your attention and attraction. A flowing water और वेव की तरह है. अब बोलो उसमें पानी को ही देखो, देख नहीं पाएंगे आप. Shape of the लहर को देखो, देख नहीं पाएंगे. You will see the movement of लहर only. So too, we are totally identified with the changing world, running with that. Never we maintained a withdrawal from it. Never learned the art of being drashta or sakshi. Therefore, we are flown in that. That is why neither we are able to withdraw from it, nor able to recognize the self. Only after recognizing the self, then we say there is nothing other than it. Nothing else is born. Akashi jayate sambhava asya na vidyate. That's the highest logic of only Mandukya. Bhagavan is saying in a few shlokas. So what is the Jnanam theoretical? These are the ones. Nava, Ekatasa, Panchatrin. All of them are seen by one. And that is permeating in every one of them. Knowing it theoretically is called as Jnanam. What is Vijnanam? Same when you realize, as a result of which, all these भाव जो पहले के श्लोक में है मान के बोल रहे थे, उनका उत्पत्ति भी नहीं हुआ, स्थिति भी नहीं हुआ, लय भी नहीं हुआ. When you stay established in that experience, you are in Vijnana. And that Vijnana Galanabhuti comes with practice. Practice about this only. What is that? Don't give value to them. Become the drashta. After become drashta, become sakshi. From the sakshi, become chaitanya. From chaitanya, vidatma. From this atma was drushti, you look at it. There is nothing other than it. When you see from water standpoint, where is anything other than water as the bubble or ripple or wave or foam or froth or riverness or oceanness? No, ये सारे है ही नहीं है पानी में. जब पानी को ही देखोगे तो. But we gave importance to form and name and utility. Therefore, we had to accept them as if real. That is why avesha is a word used again and again in morning class. यावत हेतु फलावेशः तावत हेतु फलोदयः. कंपेयर करो सुबह शाम का क्लास, यू विल बिकम मोर डीपर इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग. हो गया. एतदेव हि विज्ञानम न तथैकेन येन यतो स्थितोत्पत्त्यप्ययान् पश्येतु भावानां त्रिगुणात्मनाम्. Explain. Little is there. I'll touch upon it little tomorrow. Then the other 2 shlokas. Again, this is nothing but Mandukya. Adavante cha madhye cha srujya srujya vedanvyan punah tatpati sangrame yachishyeta tadeva tatu. In fact, this is again one of the 4 shlokas. Chatushloki Bhagavat. एतावदेव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकात् यत्स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा. This is the 4th shloka which Narayana taught Brahmadeva in the Chatushloki Bhagavatam in the 2nd skandha Visa. You remember that. अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत् ससत्परं पश्चादहं यदि तच्च यो वशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहं ऋतेऽर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यादात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु उच्चावचेष्वनो प्रविष्टान्यप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेष्वहम् एतावदेव जिज्ञासं तत्त्वजिज्ञासनात्मनः अन्यत्रैकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वथा एतन्मतं समाधिष्ठ परमेण समाधिना भवान् कल्पविकल्पेषु न मोह्यति करिचित्. Those 4 plus 5 in the introduction of 2 shlokas. Jnanam paramaguhyam me yadvijnana samasmitam sarahasyam sadangam cha grahana madita gaditamaya yavanaham. There's a 2 shlokas in the introduction. Then 4 are the jnanam. The 5th is conclusion. 7 shlokas. चतुश्लोकी 2 पहले 1 बाद में 7 श्लोक जो दिया. Final is this only. This tomorrow will touch it. And the more when we listen with patience, with stamina, with sattva-guna brought, with love on the subject, with shraddha, with keeping away the disturbances of the mind because of distraction or desire, and also disturbance of the mind that I am not able to understand. उस सबको साइड में रखो. गुरु भगवान लोग हमको ज्ञान दे रहे हैं तो लेने के लिए आ जाओ लाइन में. Don't be just murkha like when government is giving so many facilities, we don't take them only. Same is the whole government, the Lord is giving knowledge. Don't be murkha like others. I use this word only pakka to you, those who are regular, that you don't want to take it because of some fear, some inability to understand. मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको, ये बहुत खुशी देगी. जितना मैं बकता हूँ आपके सामने, बकता कहते हैं मेरे को, बकता, I myself don't understand. But I don't give it up because that is what it makes me little go deeper in thoroughly understand. Same is with you. When one listening, if you understand, you will become a guru number 1000835. Never give up. Don't expect immediately it should be under. It's a liberating knowledge. As pocket में क्यों देंगे भगवान आपको? You know, when you go to a useless country like Nepal and all, you don't need even passport also. Is it not? I mean, you go to big countries like US and all, वहाँ इतना टेस्ट होता है कि 90% you are rejected only. So to the bhoga vastus of jagat, to get it, what is there? थोड़ा काम करो मिलेंगे. But to get the mukti giving knowledge, it's not easily given. You have to have patience. You have to have love for the knowledge. You have to have the shraddha. You have to apply yourself. At every moment of frustration of not getting result, you have to remove it and replace it by more shraddha and shraddha is the effort. That is objective. Just like Parikshit. He did not say, मैं खाया नहीं, पिया नहीं, इतने भूखा हूँ, अब एक दिन बोल के चले जाओ ना. He did not say. He went on listening it so much, a miracle happened. That which he started with the sankalpa, that I will not eat or drink, that eating, drinking, along with the eating, drinking, body and pranas and mind, he transcended with this knowledge and realized this self. That much was his love for the Guru Shukadev ji, love for the subject Bhagavata, love for the theme called Bhagavan in the Bhagavata. What happens here also in class? That mind intellect, which becomes an obstruction because you are not able to understand, itself is transcended by the Krupa of Guru and Shastra and Bhagavan if we are having the listening continuously with Shraddha. And at the highest level of Shraddha, like Parikshit and all, Guru gives knowledge, you need not put an effort also, you just experience it. Highest. In our step highest way, like I said in the morning, the Dakshinamurti. Neither he speaks nor we ask, but he gave all knowledge, he received all knowledge. His ignorance gone, his bondage is gone. A very funny example I tell and conclude. Very funny and useless, irrelevant, till I'll share it came. A seasoned thief, newly appointed inspector. That fellow will have to 100 times question. कैसे किया तुमने, क्या किया? This fellow बोलेगा ही नहीं. Seasoned thief. He'll struggle only, that inspector, to get samachara or the information from him. But if the inspector is very, very seasoned, and to that fellow, like this, so many chore came and went. This chore also came earlier many times. The moment he comes with danda, immediately he'll say, sir, गलती हो गई, मैं वहाँ किया हूँ, ऐसा किया वगैरह. He himself will निगलो, बोल देगा वो. Why I said this is such a funny example. Same with Baba, मैं वो मौन व्याख्या हूँ. You know, Atma is Mauna Vyakhya. Is it not? Jagat is Shabda Vachayam. Then the Samsara is Maya Vachyam. Mauna Vyakhya. What is there to talk? You are that. पागल है क्या अपने बारे में बात करने के लिए? You are that, Baba. Okay. See tomorrow some more beautiful things. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamada Purnameva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai Bhagavat Mahapurana ki Jai Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Today, these 4-5 days, we are having our classes very deeply as Bhagwan expects from us by His grace only. Acknowledge it and congratulate yourself that you are able to listen and understand. Mainly you 5 people, 5 or 6 of you. Other to come and go, then I can't help. चलो हिंदी का तो वाल्मीकि रामायण